What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got some pretty shocking stuff here for you guys to go over. It literally just shows the state of our country here today. We'll start with this. Take a look at this. New statistics out here today that shows nearly half of baby boomers, people already in retirement or ready to retire, have no retirement savings after working their whole lives. Take a look at this. More than 2/5 of baby boomers are nearing retirement with no retirement savings at all. It may surprise you that a typical white collar worker dwelling in a corporate culture of near universal retirement coverage, encouraged to save $500,000 or more before taking the gold watch, many Americans work for smaller companies, don't offer retirement savings, self employed, or live paycheck to paycheck. Fewer than half of working age Americans have any retirement savings, according to new data. Savings rates rise with age, but only to a point. In the 55 to 64-year-old boomer age group, 58% of Americans own retirement accounts. So that means somewhere like 42% of Americans have no retirement accounts at all. And that's a problem. A newly minted retiree of 65 can now expect to live 20 or more years on average, according to Social Security projections. With a retirement account, most retirees count without a retirement account, most retirees count on Social Security. The average monthly Social Security check to a retired worker is now up to almost $1,800 a month. But the average household run by an American older than 65 is now more than $4,000 a month. Yeah. Quote, many people go into retirement thinking that Social Security is going to provide for them. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Another problem here is you just look at the average price of rent here. This is from rent.com. The median monthly rent across the United States, almost $2,000 a month in rent. This is for March. April statistics aren't out yet. So $1,937 a month in rent is the average. And remember, that's Social Security doesn't even cover that. The average Social Security is less than $1,800 a month. Doesn't even cover rent. That not even including electric, utilities, food, car, gas, all this other stuff, right? And you can see, obviously, we know rent has been going up over the years. It's actually come down a little bit here over the last couple months. Not a lot, but a little bit. So, what's the solution? Can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. But when we have over 40% of Americans who work their entire lives don't have any savings, this is a significant problem. Honestly, thank God for Social Security, because it really wasn't that long ago that the Social Security program didn't exist at all. That was obviously even a lot worse because people would not even be able to retire at all. There was no Social Security program. Now, of course, Social Security is running into significant problems, just like other countries as well. Social Security, their Social Security type programs running into problems as well. France, notably, they just had to raise their Social Security program retirement age by 2 years. People are gathering in the streets over that one and not happy about it. But they raised their Social Security program from 62 to 64, the retirement age. And Americans are like, ours is already higher than that. We may have to raise the retirement age again on that one. But this is the issue: is that pretty much all countries that have it they're all running into the same issue where it's slowly running out of money and they're having to adjust it. So it's an issue. That's not the only issue we're dealing with here. The United States got a lot of issue, but just in the headlines here today, the U.S. passes 200 mass shootings this year. That's well above the days in the year. And this is just mass shootings, right? This doesn't even include, regular ones. And this is a sad, sobering problem in the United States. And This really comes here as this was highlighted here. We covered this here in the last episode or two on a Fox News poll of the vast majority of Americans actually want to have some type of, as you can see here, some increased voters favor gun limits, some increase on this to reduce gun violence. Just some type of increase here. As you can see here, 87% are for more background checks to buy a gun, enforcing existing gun laws, increasing the legal age to 21 to buy guns. All over 80% of people are for this. Required mental health checks, 80% of people for this. Flag people if they're a danger to their self, 80%. Require a 30-day waiting period. 77% are people are for this. In fact, very interesting. I seen this here. You know that guy who leaked the classified documents from the Pentagon and all those classified documents? He was actually denied a gun license over a school threat. Yeah, that's right. So the system may have done its job here. Yeah, he was, but strangely enough, he got accepted into the military and got top secret clearance. and it didn't weed him out there. And then he went on to leak the secrets of our entire nation. But the gun background checks for that state did its job there. So the system worked for that particular instance. Yeah, he admitted he made violent threats that prevented him from getting a firearms license in high school as a high school student. Yeah. Here's what Senator Dick Durbin says, who's chairman of the Judiciary Committee, has to say. Let me know your thoughts on this.
Let's start with the horrific news out of Texas. 8 people killed after a gunman opened fire at a shopping center. Congress passed the first significant gun legislation in decades after the Uvalde shooting. It still obviously fell far short of what you think is needed. Do you think there is any appetite for any more potential bipartisan efforts to build on the law, perhaps to expand the red flag laws to keep guns out of the hands of people who are a danger to themselves or others? Or is the message to Americans who are tired of living like this simply that that's it, there's nothing more Congress is going to do?
There is something more that America can do, and it's called an election. And if people across America are fed up with these mass shootings and killings and the terrible things that are happening even to our children as a result of it, they're going to vote accordingly. We need to have that kind of a revolution in thinking across America that this is unacceptable. This was not dictated by the Constitution. It's a point of view and a position, a political position, which makes no sense when it comes to the safety of America.
I don't know. That doesn't seem to be working. I mean, we go through election after election after election. We seem to be the only country in the world with this problem. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be working. We go through this. It's every day on the news at this point. It's the definition of insanity. We repeat this over and over and over and over, and nothing seems to happen. I mean, I don't know. You let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below to our channel. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. And thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you should watch next. President Biden is thinking about invoking the 14th Amendment in this video. And there's a massive nuclear explosion and people evacuating in this video. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.